Hi, I'm James Shillinglaw, and I'm here with a familiar face, Vicki Freed, who's Senior Vice President, Sales, Trade Support, and Service for Royal Caribbean International. And we wanted to talk with Vicki today about, obviously, what's going on during the crisis with Royal Caribbean. And also, this is National Travel Advisor Day, so it's probably a good time to talk to Vicki, who's always been such a great supporter of travel advisors about what you as travel advisors should be doing at this time and in the future. So you can find out about all that and more on Insider Travel Report. Now, Vicki, first of all, how are you faring during this crisis? How are you handling working from home?
Well, thanks, James, for this opportunity. And before I answer that question, I want to say thank you to all of our travel advisors. This is the week that we're celebrating you, the Royal Caribbean. We actually celebrate you throughout the year. But as far as being at home, boy, it's a new environment. You know, normally I have about an hour and a half commute each
Well, that's
way.
nice. You don't have that now, right?
I don't have that, but I have to tell you, in a weird way, I miss it because I miss the camaraderie of an office. Even though we're all on Zoom calls and web chats, at the end of the day, there is something nice about being in an office and being around other people. So, of course, keeping our social distancing. But yeah, being at home is a little different. I have been on an airplane in 5 months
Wow,
and
really?
I have to tell you, it's unusual. I don't travel during Wave, but then I do pick up all my travel with the conferences. And I don't think I've seen my husband or my family this much, but it's all good and
It's
having
all
fun.
good. Yeah, I would say that could be a problem. They're not used to seeing you either. So
It's all good.
okay, that's great. No, well, I actually have been on a plane in the last 2 months. I came back from Mexico right at the sort of the beginning of the crisis, and then am now sheltering in Florida. So I'm came back and went directly down to Florida. So I have had the opportunity to try it out, but do miss all my friends in travel right now. I mean, right now I've already missed one conference, and another one's going to be coming up, and it looks like all of these conferences that I see you all the time at, we go together all the time. We haven't had a chance to see each other, but it's great to see you here now.
Thank you.
Now, first of all, how is Royal Caribbean International working through this crisis? What does the company have to do in terms of obviously shutting down operations? I mean, and sadly probably furloughing some employees, et cetera.
Well, as you know, our travel partners know, we've been in a global suspension for a few months now. We have said that we're still suspended until June 12th. We hope to be back this summer. So, you know, our ships are not sailing, and we have had to send a lot of our crew members home. And as far as the furloughs go, unfortunately, we did have a layoff, and we had to lay off 26% of our shoreside employees. And, you know, I've been in this industry a long time. I've seen lots of speed bumps in my career, but that day, April 15th, will always be one of those gut-wrenching days. And, you know, I was sharing this morning with my team on my team call that I have every day, how many beautiful letters I've received from people that we had to lay off, all saying how they were so grateful for the opportunity to have worked at Royal Caribbean. And it's even harder because they are like wishing us well. And these are the people that lost their jobs. And, you know, the one piece of advice I've given to everybody is don't throw away your Royal Caribbean logo merchandise, because hopefully we'll be able to welcome you back to the family again.
Absolutely. Well, no, that I would definitely save that. Now, what actually has happened to the ships during this? Where are they now? Most of them.
They're all over the place. Some of our ships are taking crew home because we were challenged with getting air service. So we just decided we have vehicles, ships. And so we have ships that are going all around the world right now, just dropping off our crew members so that they can be with their families. And then many of our ships are just hanging out in South Florida. And also Perfect Day at Coco Cay. So this beautiful Perfect Day at Coco Cay backdrop that you see, many of our crew members are able to enjoy that the destination. We're trying to make it a cruise for them. We've moved all of our crew members into staterooms that are for guests, so they all have balconies, and we're trying to give them a really nice experience.
That's it. So it's a cruise for the cruise, so to speak, I guess.
Yeah.
And then as I look at your background, I'm reminded that I did that slide. So I know the big red one there. I did that, and we had an interview on a very hot day, but it was a perfect day at Coco K or Coco Key, depending on how you pronounce it. But that was a great experience. So you have some, I assume, personnel on the island that are keeping upkeep for this and things like that, right?
Yeah, we have housing on the island. So we have several hundred people that are housed on the island, and we are keeping it clean. It's actually 1 year old this month. We just celebrated our 1 year anniversary of Perfect Day at Coco Cay.
Great. No, hey, Vicki, we should just go take a little cruise out there and just try it out. What the heck? I mean, we'd have the whole place to ourselves, right?
Well,
except for the employees, except for the people that are the caretakers, right?
Yeah, but actually Perfect Day at Coco Cay will be the first destination that we come back into service with. So when we reintroduce cruising, and we're already working on the game plan, of course, what comes before the game plan is making sure that we have all the safety and health protocols in place. But we will be starting out with 3 and 4 day cruises that we'll call on Perfect Day at Coco Cay.
Yeah, so you said originally you're projecting June 12th, but obviously that's subject to change depending on what happens, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Now let's turn to travel advisors, and you're really famous for working with travel advisors all throughout your career. And how is Royal Caribbean now working with advisors during this crisis, and what programs have you introduced? I know in particular we can talk a little bit about this RCL Cares initiative, and want to find out more about what that includes.
Well, I mean, we're really staying very close to our travel partners. And, it's interesting. I was talking to our sales team the other day, and I always believed we had a very strong partnership and relationship with travel partners. But I think through this crisis, the good thing that has come out is we probably have built that strength even more. We're helping them with virtual cruise nights. We're helping them with different ideas on how to gently market back to their clients. And really what it's all about is making it fun. I do my coffee chats every Wednesday at 12 noon. I get almost 3,000 people attending every single Wednesday, get about 700 questions and comments afterwards in the inbox. We circle back up with everybody with a phone call. And so our salespeople are staying very close to their travel partners, and we want to help them succeed in the near future, because at the end of the day, without travel partners, we are not successful. We need our travel advisors to be successful in the Royal Caribbean.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Now, and I don't know if you want to talk a little bit about the RCL Cares initiative and what that includes.
Well, the RCL Cares initiative was actually designed after the CARES Act, which it passed on a Friday, and thanks to our great friends at ASTA who do so much for our industry. And on Sunday, we had a conference call with all 4 of our big brands, the teams, the sales team, to get them up to speed, to tell them this is what we're going to do. We're going to develop this program called RCL Cares to help our travel partners navigate to be able to get some of the money that was available in the CARES Act. And so, we're not financial experts and we're not tax experts, but we gave them enough training on how to navigate through the government forms. And then we have a secondary desk. So for the escalated comments or questions that some of our travel partners have, we turn them over to our secondary desk, which we're funding and paying for, with actual experts that can help them. Because sometimes it's a matter of, well, what bank should I go to? I don't really have a bank, or my bank is too large. And we've found that many travel partners have found success going to small regional banks to be able to tap into some of the money. So we're proud to say we've gotten some great feedback from travel partners thanking us for helping them, because sometimes as an independent consultant or as a small business person, you don't know where to start. And we just want to be a helping hand. We've had 8,000 travel partners reach out to us.
No, that's great. And of course, it has been a challenge getting, for some travel advisors and smaller travel agencies, getting the relief money they need. I believe there's still some left from the last round, but now ASTA's focused on getting round 4, so to speak, and try to get even more money. We'll see what happens there. But unfortunately, the first round was very challenging for some travel advisors and travel agencies to get money. But hopefully, I'm happy to hear that you were trying to help them with that as well.
And people oftentimes say to me, well, Vicki, that's not really selling cruises. So why would you make that kind of investment in time and money? Because we are paying a third party to help us with these, as I mentioned, the escalated cases. Because I think in life, if you live a purposeful life, it does make you feel like you're making a difference. And so, yes, we sell great vacations, but also, to make it complete, you do want to live a purposeful life. And helping travel providers, travel agents, advisors makes the difference for all of us. Just like it's no different than when there's been a hurricane in Puerto Rico and we go down there willingly, setting up food kitchens and helping them rebuild. It's the same commitment. I guess it's in our DNA at Royal Caribbean to always be thinking about other people.
Well, and indeed, you sell an awful lot of cruises to the travel agency distribution system, and to keep that alive is in their interest and yours.
100%. And we came out with protecting commission on the canceled cruises, and whether the people got a refund or they got a future cruise credit, and we're paying commission on the future cruise credit. So for that same client that's booking one cruise, we're really paying twice on that booking. But we know that for us in the long term to survive, we have to have a healthy distribution system, and travel advisors sell our product the best.
Now, what are you hearing from the travel advisors as to how they are surviving this crisis?
Well, it's hard, and I've been at home for a few weeks now, and I've been talking to travel advisors every single day. And sometimes there's highs and lows. I mean, this is a really challenging time. And there's also the challenge of somewhat being isolated and not having as much freedom. But they're keeping their wits about them, and they're keeping their spirits up. And, that's why reaching out to them is important. Every day I try to send a couple of handwritten notes to travel partners, just letting them know I'm thinking about them, or calling them on the phone. I'm a much more personal person, in the sense that email is fine, but it's not a relationship builder. Email is a tool. It's a monologue. It's one way. And you hope that somebody reads it and responds back. But at the end of the day, I think picking up the phone and just reaching out, and that's what we share with our travel partners. Do that with your clients, because it will make a difference. And when they're ready to book again, they're going to remember that you called them or you dropped them a note. And it doesn't have to be anything that you're selling right now. Again, it's just, hi, James, how you doing? I was just thinking about you, and I just wanted to check in with you. How are you? How is your family? That's it.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And obviously you want to keep that connection in place. But at some point, you want to figure out when it's time to sell them a cruise, maybe if not for later this year, next year. What are you recommending, both personally and professionally, that advisors do right now beyond just keep in contact with their clients?
Well, I think keeping in contact is important, but I also think take this time right now to get educated, to learn the tools that you've always wanted to learn, whether it's, how to get into the group business, how to do cruises for charity, how to raise money for charities and still, get a group out of it. And so we're teaching that on my coffee chats every week. We're focused in on a different learning idea. So besides going over on these coffee chats, the basics, where we are today, and then I transition over to giving them some knowledge. We have a lot of great courses at RCU University. Many of our travel partners have been doing virtual cruise nights. And I think that's showing your value as a travel advisor, is that when you can do a virtual cruise night, it really shows people that you just care about educating them. And so get educated, educate your customers, and learn a new skill.
Yeah, well, when do you think travel advisors can sort of get back to subtly selling, both for this year and next year?
Well, I think it's when the consumer is ready to buy. And I think that you are, through the phone calls, through the servicing, if you've got people who have FCCs, start reaching out to them. Because if you don't reach out to them, other travel partners, I'm afraid, are going to get aggressive and reach out to people who are holding FCCs. We've seen it already in some of the email communications from other travel partners saying, if you booked with a travel agent and you have an FCC, call us and we're happy to service it for you. That's not an approach I love. But if you're not taking care of your clients will cheat on you and they'll go somewhere else. So, I think it's the time to sell is now, but it's more in the relationship building and the servicing of the people with the FCCs. People are buying cruises right now, but it's the people who are experienced cruisers. So new to cruise, it's going to take a little bit longer to get them more comfortable in booking cruises, but the experienced cruisers, they're the ones who are saying, I'm coming back.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I would be surprised that you're sort of missing the boat if you're a travel advisor who's booked a cruise when you're flying on Royal Caribbean, that client has an FCC. I would be out there first telling them, boy, we're here for you. How are you doing? And, you do have that FCC. Please let me know and we'll talk later about when you want to go.
Yeah, and our new program, Cruise with Confidence Part 2,
right,
is debuting on May 6th, Travel Advisor Day. And the program really is going to give consumers we listen to our travel partners. And the travel partners said, the reason my clients aren't ready to book yet is they're afraid that the pricing will go down. So this new program, this new element to Cruising with Confidence, if they book prior to August 1st, they will have a price guarantee, meaning that if they book for July of 2021 and whatever they pay today, if that price goes down, we will give them the lower rate. So there's no risk, but they have to make this new booking or even a booking that was canceled and using a future cruise credit. They have to make it before August 1 to be eligible for the price guarantee.
gotcha.
We are also being told by many travel partners that my clients want to book for next year, but they're just not positive of the dates of school for spring break, for example. And, with such a mixed up school schedule, that's a real concern. So if somebody was booked March 1st of this year and spring break next year is going to be April 1st, we want to give the consumer and the travel partner this opportunity to what we call lift and shift. So if you book your clients now before August 1st and they commit to another ship and sailing, if that date doesn't work out for them, they can lift and shift to another date. As long as within 4 weeks of that first date and same itinerary.
No, that's great. Well, Vicki, it sounds like you've got developed a sort of slew of great programs that travel advisors, and this being National Travel Advisor Day, can take advantage of right now. Is there anything else, any other messages you want to get out to our 100,000 plus travel advisor viewers out there?
Really, it's the message that everybody at Royal Caribbean is committed to all of you, the travel partner. We want to help you succeed. We want to run this race with you, wherever you are in the race. If you are brand new in this business and you're saying, oh my gosh, why did I get into this business? Don't worry about that. Just call us. We will start, working with you. If you've never made a booking with us, that's okay. We will work with you. And we're going to give you the business building ideas now so that when when all the ships are back and travel is back in a big way, you will be wildly successful.
Absolutely. And then if you wouldn't mind reminding our travel advisor viewers how they can reach you and how they can take advantage of your programs, and you said you're running webinars, seminars every week. That would be great. Where should they go to find that stuff?
They can go to loyaltoyoualways.com. That is our trade website, loyaltoyoualways.com. Or if somebody wants to email me directly, my email is Vicki, and I spell my name with 2 I's, Vicki, lovestravelagents@rccl.com.
And that's particularly appropriate on today, National Travel Advisor Day. It's a very strange day, although I think people to be celebrating that, especially with the business the way it is. But that said, I think we're going to come out of this understanding that travel advisors are more crucial than ever before for what they do and how they can make vacations even better for their customers.
Listen, the comeback is always better than the setback. So we will come out stronger together. And, tough times don't last. This one seems to be a long time, but tough times don't last, but tough people do. We'll make it out together. And rebuilding our great industry is going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a journey, and it's going to be hard work, but it's going to be so much fun. And we're going to do it together with our travel partners.
Well, again, Vicki, great to see you. Again, I'm used to seeing you at different conferences. We would have already gone to at least one conference this year, maybe two by now. But hopefully by the fall at some point, we'll see you there, if not before. Again, thank you for taking the time on this National Travel Advisor Day to tell us what's going on with Royal Caribbean International and travel advisors at this point. And stay safe and stay well.
You too. Thank you, everybody. Happy National Travel Advisor Day.
I'm James Shillinglaw, and this is Insider Travel Report.